Hello there and welcome to the news on the hour with me, Sabena Izuku. After two-year-long leadership crisis, the Nigerian Governors Forum has resolved its differences and reunited as a single body under outgoing River State Governor Rotimi Amechi. This was the outcome of the three-hour-long meeting, which ended in Abuja in the early hours of Tuesday. The NGF chairman, Rotimi Amechi, who read the reconciliation communique, also announced the Zamfara State Governor, Abdulaziz Yari, as the new chairman by consensus.
We are hereby reconciled and reunited as a single umbrella association of the 36 state governors of Nigeria, regardless of party or region. The forum congratulates the President-elect, Muhammadu Buhari, on his victory in the recent presidential election, which held on March 28, 2015, and President Goodluck Jonathan for his statesmanship in accepting the outcome of the elections. In light of the fact that funds in the excess crude account were last disbursed in May 2013, there is need for the Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Dr. Mrs. Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, to provide explanation for accruals to this account from June 2013 to April 2015, which is estimated at over $20 billion. The induction program for new and returning governors will be held in June 2015. It is aimed at equipping new and returning governors with knowledge of global best practices, establishing and running their offices.
Borno State Governor Kashim Shettima has emerged as the new chairman of the Northern Nigerian Governors Forum. Shettima, who succeeded outgoing governor of Niger State Babangida Aliyu, was unanimously elected by his counterparts from the 19 northern states. The meeting, which took place in Abuja on Monday night, also saw Kano State Governor-elect Abdullahi Ganduje emerge as the vice chairman. The government, at the end of their meeting, agreed to unite the two factions of the Nigerian Governors Forum for the good of the country. They also restated their commitment to addressing the Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast, as well as other challenges facing the northern Nigeria. President Goodluck Jonathan will leave Abuja today on the 19th of May to attend the 47th ordinary session of the ECOWAS Authority of Head of States and Government holding in Accra, Ghana. The special advisor to the president on media and publicity, Ruben Abati, stated this in a statement on Monday. The summit, which coincides with the 40th anniversary of ECOWAS, will receive report on the current situation in Burkina Faso and Guinea-Bissau and deliberate on issues of democratic consolidation and regional peace and stability. President Goodluck Jonathan will be accompanied by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Aminu Wali, House of Representatives Majority Leader, Honorable Mulikat Akonde, and some of his principal aides. He's expected back in Abuja at the conclusion of the one-day summit. President Goodluck Jonathan has relieved the Executive Secretary, Chief Executive of the Nigerian Investment Promotion Commission, Saratu Umar, of her position. Presidential spokesman Ruben Abati disclosed this in a statement issued in Abuja. No reason was given for the decision, but he added that the president has since named Uju Aisha Hassan Baba as replacement. The new Executive Secretary of the NIPC has previously served as Director General, Legal and Counsel of Nigeria, Attorney General and Commissioner of Justice in Anambra State, and Director Legal Service in the Federal Ministry of Industry, Trade and Investment. The police authorities are set to withdraw all the lists from the individuals who are not entitled to them. Inspector General of Police Solomon Arase disclosed this on Monday while receiving the Corps Marshals of the Federal Road Safety Corps, Boboye Oyeyemi, in Abuja. He explained that the move will ensure that there will be more police personnel for the deployment at the time the police force is experiencing a shortage of manpower. IG Arase also affirmed his readiness to collaborate with the FRSC to ensure safer and more secured roads nationwide.
President Police is one. We work together, and I believe this is the beginning of a new era. And I must commend the past IGs for their contribution towards an enduring safe road culture. So far so good. So far so good. I think we're on the right track. We acknowledge that the Nigerian Police Force is the lead agency for internal security in the country. And let me also commend for the successful election in the country, which has been acknowledged globally. And I think the police is the lead agency when it comes to internal security, and this role has been fully played well. And we participated under the various police commands nationwide, and the deployment was done today is a success story. That's everybody.
For this abuse of siren, it's a very, very big problem. We had already directed at all persons who are not entitled to security, they should withdraw them immediately. One, we don't have sufficient men to police, our various society, and some of them, they carry these people all over the place. So I think we are going to put up a team, maybe under the DIG operations, to ensure that we immediately clamp down on them, and we give directives, that we will not allow people who are not entitled to this security and this siren to abuse them.
The police have commissioned 250 Hilux trucks with which they plan to replace roadblocks across the country. The vehicle, according to the Inspector General of Police, Solomon Arase, will be used under a scheme tagged Safer Highway Patrol. He also assured Nigerians that they would not be exposed to security threats with a ban on roadblocks.
The federal government has therefore decided to provide us with sufficient vehicles so that we can reassure Nigerians that the roads are going to be safer for them despite the dismantling of the roadblocks. So what we are doing this morning is to deploy initially 259 vehicles across all the 37 states of the country, including Abuja, to take over that void, to be able to take the place of the void that we created by removing the roadblocks. And those issues that are repugnant to Nigerians, especially the corruption that are attendant to those things, we've been able to find a way of ensuring that we solve them.
Ekiti State Governor Ayodele Fayose is soliciting the support of Inspector General of Police Solomon Arase in stemming the tide of kidnapping in his state. Ayodele Fayose made the appeal when he visited the Inspector General of Police in Abuja. He also said shortly after the meeting, Fayose told journalists that he is satisfied with the assurance he received from the police helmsman.
I am satisfied, and I need to let you know that I am not a policeman. I don't have the necessary experience to fight crime. And the people that ask what it takes to fight crime, I have told them, and they've reassured us, reassured me, and reassured the Ekiti people. So it's encouraging. And I will go back home now and assure my people that the police is not only doing their best, but they assured us that they would handle the matter perfectly.
With the kidnap of Sade Alade, a lecturer of the Ekiti State University in Ado-Ekiti last Saturday, adding to the growing number of kidnapping in the state, lecturers under the aegis of the Academic Staff Union of Universities, Ekiti State University chapter, have taken to the streets to call for action on the issue of kidnapping in the state. The protesters took to the streets and to protest to their governor's office and Oba's palace. Rashid has more.
The rising tide of kidnapping in Ekiti State is no doubt a worrisome development, which has forced the state government to petition the Inspector General of Police for help over the matter. But this appeal notwithstanding, the kidnappers once again struck over the weekend with the abduction of Shadi Aladi, a university lecturer at Ekiti State University. Apparently dissatisfied with this, her colleagues at the university under the aegis of the Academic Staff Union of Universities have taken to the streets of Ado Ekiti to call for action. The first port of call was the Palace of the Iwi of Ado Ekiti, who calls for calm.
We are working round the clock. I pray by the grace of God, whoever is behind all these things, God will reveal them. Yeah.
Reacting, Olu Olufayo, leader of the protesting lecturer, says prayers may not be enough and called for action to ensure the prompt release of the victims.
70 million naira. And the question is, where do we get this money? How do we look for 70 million? Still 70 million per person, even if it's for the 3 or 4 or 5 of them. Academic staff, we only rendering community services to people. In Exu, the last we've been able to collect is a February salary. Service provider can as well help us too, because they are using a phone. And within radius to where they have their mass, they can tell us the radius, and then these people can move in immediately. And then we comb all the forest in Ekiti. There are some Sambisa forests around here.
At the governor's office, the deputy governor, Lushola Eleka, who was also a lecturer before becoming deputy governor, says the government is doing all it can to curb the menace.
His Excellency, the Governor, Dr. Adelefa Rishi, has taken this step of writing officially to the Inspector General of Police, calling for a special attention and special intervention to stem this spate of unwarranted kidnappings.
As Ekiti State awaits the arrival of a new police chief, it is hoped that the change of baton will bring a halt to kidnappings and bring home those still in captivity. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ado Ekiti.
Police authorities have paraded 11 suspected cult leaders in Edo State. Find out more after the break. To stay with us.
Women share the most amazing thoughts on national issues, and they do it passionately.
For most men that are educated, that are exposed, will see nothing to it.
The population and the level of poverty made me cry. No infrastructural development whatsoever. And you tell me Lagos is working?
That was an accident, and it was a one-off thing. Other than that, there has never been any situation in Nigeria where a Nigerian attacked anybody just because of where they came from.
Sharing the adorable word of women in politics every week, only on CoreTV News.
Welcome back to the news. For more information, you can reach us on any of our social media platform, and that's on facebook.com/CoreTV News, and on our Twitter handle at CoreTV News NG. For news updates and other program, you can stream us live on youtube.com/CoreTV and the news. The police authorities have paraded 11 suspected cult leaders from Edo State. Force Public Relations Officer Emmanuel Juku says another 30 suspects linked to the murder of 123-year-old Constance Yoha are also in police custody. He maintained that all the suspects have confessed to the crime, but some of them denied involvement in the cult activities. By Samuel Yasmore.
The activities of cult groups across the country has over time been a source of concern for the police authorities. But on assuming office, the new Inspector General promised to put a stop to the activities. So, shortly after assumption, he formed a special crack squad and promptly dispatched the operatives to Edo State.
The team arrived the state on the 11th day of May 2015, and they have succeeded to a large extent in restoring order to that state. This afternoon, I'm presenting to you some persons suspected to have played ignoble roles in acts of terror, vicious inter- and intra-court conflicts that have led to avoidable losses of lives and destruction of property in Edo State. As you will soon find out, the core groups and their membership is not limited to students, but also include artisans, civil servants, businessmen, public office holders, and I tell you, professionals in many areas of life.
Among the highly placed suspects in custody are an engineer and a doctor. The police said they were arrested with some exhibits, but some of the suspects denied involvement in any cult activities.
I am very aware that the SIP department of the Edo State Police Command will bear witness on this. I came out to assist them and I made several arrests for them. I have assisted them also. And we were arrested on a Tuesday when I came for a meeting with the Commissioner of Police at Edo State Police Command.
So we came out willingly to help the Nigerian police to assist them to ensure that we get this incident. We had the first meeting, and when we came back for the second meeting, we all rounded up, and that's why we found ourselves here.
One after the other, the police authorities reeled out the names of the cult groups they belong to. They also listed items recovered from each of the 11 suspects.
We have Engineer David Olukoga, 36-year-old, a member of Eye Confraternity. We have Dr. Salako Adebowale, age 43. His core group is called Black Axe Confraternity. We have Osunde Aibedo, age 48, also of Black Axe. We have Ahuan Orlando, age 39, also of Black Axe. We have Uche Chukwuka, age 36, member of Eye Confraternity.
For now, the suspects are in custody in Abuja, but the police authorities say they will be charged to court after investigations. Pius Samuel, CoreTV News, Abuja.
Away from criminal matters to legal matters, a federal high court sitting in Abuja has fixed May 25th to commence a fresh trial of former governor of Bayelsa State, Timothy Silva, accused of money laundering by the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission. This was after the EFCC rearraigned the former governor on fraud charges involving 2.45 billion naira. The commission had accused him of using 3 companies to commit the offences between 2009 and 2012. As governor of the state, he pleaded not guilty to all the 6 count charges when he was rearraigned before Justice Evu Chukwu on Monday. Justice Evu Chukwu, however, granted an oral bail application made by Silva's lawyer, Israel Olorundare, which was not opposed by the prosecution counsel, John Anieto. Similar charges against the former governor are also pending before Justice Ahmed Mohammed of the Federal High Court in Abuja. The case of alleged wrongful dismissal brought against the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission and the National Industrial Court by 2 of his former employers, Juliet Ibekaku and former Assistant Director, Legal and Prosecution, and Michael Inzekwe. A prosecutor in the same department could not hold on Monday. Justice Babatunde Adejumo, who is presiding over the matter, has fixed May 21st for the further hearing. Ibekaku and Inzekwe were dismissed by the EFCC for desertion, but the duo are contesting their dismissal by the commission, which according to them did not follow due process, and they are praying for an order of the court to reinstate them. And away from legal matters, tragedy struck at the popular Owode market in Offa local government area of Kwara State, with a fire incident at the weekend which destroyed wares worth millions of naira. The fire, which according to residents occurred in the early hours of Sunday, was allegedly caused by the electrical faults leading to the burning down of over 300 shops. Rashid has more.
The fire, which had been put out by a combined team of fire service and local volunteers at the time of this visit by CoreTV News, left in its wake attendant gloom for traders who lost property in the incident. The shops raised is also pointed to why there is gloom among the traders. For this trader, it is a major hurdle for her to climb.
This is where there's nowhere to go. Majority of us, We tried to get scholar job, we did not get job. It was the frustration that led most of us to this place. And unfortunately now, we lost everything.
Some others, however, say the major issue is how to get things back together and repay the loan took to finances.
I'm into kitchen utensils business with a lot of money, around 3 million. I'm having a store, about 2 stores, and I'm having a shop. I'm a graduate. But very unfortunate, since we cannot get a collar job, I have to go into self-employed. And today everything has gone.
Meanwhile, the state governor, Abdul Fattah Ahmed, says the state government will partner with Ofa Local Government Council in the rebuilding of the market. He also promised that his administration would work out an empowerment scheme for the victims.
We'll partner with the government at the local government level under a public-private partnership arrangement to get a brand new market here. And most importantly, we'll create a scheme that would empower those whose assets were involved in the loss to access soft loans that will enable them to jumpstart their businesses and move back to normalcy.
While many Nigerians battle with the effect of the harsh economic condition, it is expedient for those still in business to be careful of their surroundings so as not to lose all. Rashid, CoreTV News, Ofa.
We'll take another break, and when we return, we'll bring you stories outside Nigeria. Just stay with us.
You can now watch CoreTV News live from anywhere in the world on our website, www.coretvnews.com. Click on Live TV on our website and watch us live.
And welcome to CoreTV Primetime Days.
To follow us on Twitter, click on Twitter icon on our website. On Facebook, click on the Facebook and YouTube to see all our previous news production. You can also watch us live on YouTube. Click CoreTV, leave a space, then news. CoreTV News, a 24-hour news station.
Welcome back. And outside Nigeria, following the Islamic State group's bloody weekend seizure of much of the Iraqi city of Ramadi, the U.S.-led coalition has increased airstrike, and Shia's paramilitary units are preparing to deploy to the predominantly sunny city. Hundreds of people reportedly were killed as the militants flooded into the capital city of Anbar province, overpowering Iraqi troops. The figures could not be independently confirmed, but ISIS militants previously have slaughtered hundreds of soldiers and civilians following major victories. A Reuters news agency was reporting at least 6,000 people have left Ramadi in the past few days. U.S. Secretary of State John Kerry voiced optimism that ISIS militants will lose their grip on the city. The U.S. Defense Department is challenging the Islamic State group, claiming that it has seized Ramadi. A Pentagon spokesman said that the situation on ground is unclear and that the U.S.-led coalition is supporting Iraqis with air power. And that's it on the news on the hour. Do join us at 3 for more. I am Sabana Izoku, and thank you very much indeed for watching.